the cycle. Today, the number and intensity of cataclysms on the planet are growing exponentially. Humanity is facing a terrible catastrophe that occurs on the planet every 12,000 years, while every 24,000 years, it is more severe. How do we know that catastrophes occur on Earth with such periodicity? At different times, this hypothesis has been independently suggested by American and Soviet scientists, as well as researchers from different countries. Modern scientists can reconstruct the Earth's history by studying ancient ice layers known as cores, examining rock formations, fossils, and various soil layers. All this material is like Planet's Chronicle, valuable records of how the Earth's climate has changed over millennia. Thanks to these studies, scientists have realized the changes occurring on our planet today, such as the sudden temperature spikes and melting of glaciers, the increase in volcanic activity, the rise in the number and intensity of earthquakes, the drift of magnetic poles accompanied by weakening of the magnetic field have occurred 12,000 years ago. How do we know about these catastrophes of the past? They left behind a layer of destruction known as the Usella horizon. This layer, composed of soot and wood charcoals and ranging from 5 to 15 centimeters thick, has been found in the territories of 10 countries across 4 continents.
That is the so-called black mat layer that separates the Pleistocene from the Holocene, and it is loaded with soot, amongst other things. But this black mat layer was known for decades, and one of the interesting things about it was that below that black mat layer, remnants of extinct megafauna had been found, but rarely, if ever, found above it. In fact, almost never were the extinct megafauna found above that black mat layer. Now, that black mat layer has now been identified on 4 continents.
German geologists discovered that the layer formed during the massive eruption of the Lachersee volcano in Germany, and its ash was detected throughout Europe. Scientists attributed the layer to a gigantic forest fire caused by volcanic eruptions. A similar layer of coal and ash formed at the same time was found in North America and named the Clovis Horizon.
Carbon-rich black layer dating to 12.9 thousand years ago has been previously identified at 50 Clovis Age sites across North America and appears contemporaneous with the abrupt onset of younger Dryas cooling. The in situ bones of extinct Pleistocene megafauna, along with Clovis tool assemblages, occur below this black mat layer, but not within or above it.
Traces of large-scale fires of the same period were also found in Siberia. In addition to the Lachersee volcano, dozens of volcanoes and supervolcanoes erupted simultaneously around the world. Look at the map to see where they were located. Eruptions affected every corner of the world, according to numerous studies by other groups of scientists. At the same time, there was a sudden melting of ice, catastrophic floods, intensification of winds, and a rise in sea levels. What kind of catastrophe was this? 12,000 years ago, the global temperature surged by staggering 15 degrees Celsius over the course of several decades. A significant portion of the ice sheets melted. Catastrophic floods and tsunamis started. Some areas on Earth became submerged entirely due to the rapid rise in sea levels. After that, however, there was an equally dramatic cooling. Thousands of frozen mammoths and other mammals were found along the northern slopes of Siberia's ravines. Continents experienced mega-earthquakes, supervolcano eruptions, and massive fires, as evidenced by layers of ash and rock formations. All these abnormal changes and cataclysms 12,000 years ago led to the mass extinction of megafauna and a sharp reduction in human population, including the disappearance of the Cro-Magnons. Some researchers attributed this catastrophe to meteorite impact. However, the analysis of trace elements in the ash layers at that time showed that the actual cause of the catastrophe was volcanic eruptions.
It has nothing to do with a comet or meteor hitting the Earth, because that would be a random event. This is not a random event. By carbon-14 dating and other dating methods, it happens every 12,068 years.
In November 2023, a study of American and Spanish scientists was released, revealing the discovery of 3 gigantic lava flows on the floor of Mediterranean Sea originating from supervolcano eruptions. The scientists concluded that these 3 catastrophic events occurred in Europe with a cycle of 10 to 15,000 years.
That gives rise to the cyclical supervolcano cycle. And you can see it like clockwork. Exactly a half a great year ago, 12,500 years, Campi Felgari off the coast of Italy. Supervolcano, boom. Exactly 1 year, one great year ago, 24 to 25,000 years ago, Taupo in New Zealand went off. Exactly a great year and a half ago, Campi Felgari went off again.
Each cycle of global catastrophes leads to mass extinction of megafauna and a sharp reduction in the human population. For example, a large amount of cosmic radiation during the Lasham excursion caused the extinction of the entire human species, the Neanderthals. According to other theories, it was caused by the eruption of a supervolcano in the Phlegraean fields and by subsequent acid rains 36,000 years ago. 72,000 years ago, after the eruption of the Toba volcano, humanity nearly went extinct, with only around 10,000 people remaining on Earth. The composition of these layers suggests that 12,000 years ago, volcanoes were not merely erupting. Their magma contained rare elements found only in the deep layers of the Earth, near the planet's core. This indicates that the magma originated from deep layers, much like what we observe today. The only plausible explanation for this would be the overheating of the Earth's core. The massive amount of energy required for such magma heating and its ascent from depths could not have appeared out of nowhere. Core overheating can only occur due to receiving additional energy from outside, from external cosmic influence. Therefore, the cataclysms that occurred 12,000 years ago were also the result of external cosmic influence.
We have cosmic seasons that I think are characterized by glacial ages and interglacial ages. What we need is a long-term, like over hundreds of thousands of years of statistics in order to see what the precise timetable is that we could take as an average. But yeah, I mean, 12,000 to 13,000 years in that range, it seems to me, because when we go to 25 or 26,000 years ago, there was a major climate shift.
The completed spectral analysis of temperature and carbon dioxide revealed the presence of 12,000 and 24,000 year cycles in the spectrum of these characteristics oscillations. Similar cycles are also present in the fluctuations of the Earth's core. It was concluded that these cycles are associated with cosmic factors. They impact the Earth's core, which in turn affects the climate system, leading to the changes that we are currently observing.